You have come back to the Karate 360 podcast, where we talk about all the things in the karate world, from WKF rankings, tournaments, to everything in between, local and global. This is what we talk about, the Karate 360 podcast. I'm one of the hosts, Kalen Angloss.
I'm Richard Mosdell.
And we have a song that we would like to sing you. Richard, why don't you take it away?
Karate 360, let's start the show. You will chikai and I will sweep low. From local to global, it's the thing that you love. Foot sweeps, karate!
Karate! It's
San Rokumaru.
You almost forgot the
I know.
song.
I just started thinking about bacon.
Man, bacon.
I like foot sweeps like you like bacon.
When soon as you said foot sweep, I was thinking sweep the leg, and then I started thinking of the new Karate Kid trailer. Did you see it? You watched it?
I don't know what to think. I know.
I want to see it.
Of course I want to see it. I can't
wait. I like how they're putting a little spin on it. It's the Cobra Kai, or kind of like the good guys, so to speak, in this one.
We'll come back.
Daniel's a auto salesman.
That's right.
I love that. We're chopping prices.
Exactly. I saw that. Yeah. Yes. I just hope like the fighting is really good. It's not goofy.
No, I'm sure it'll be goofy.
Like, have you ever gone back and actually watched the actual fighting? There's some actually pretty good moves, like foot sweeps and takedowns.
It's pretty goofy, some of it, like with the sound effects and all that. I mean, it's old.
I mean, the front kick to the face should have disqualified him at the end.
Yes, of course. Yeah, right. But I mean, it takes you back. That's one cool thing I like about watching old movies, is it like puts you in that time, right? If the movie's from like the 1980s, 70s, or whatever, it like puts you in perspective of that. Like old movies where you see like men just like smacking women up to the face. It's like, what are they doing? But it's like,
snap out of it. Stop being hysterical. Whack.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's their art, right? You can probably appreciate this more than anybody, because being from film school, well, not anybody but than me. But it brings you back. So anyways,
I saw a Karate Kid in the movie theater.
Oh man, I for sure did it. I for sure did it. What's your favorite martial arts movies? I don't know if we've ever talked about this.
My favorite martial art movie is The Karate Kid.
It's The Karate Kid.
Oh, totally.
I mean, it's a classic.
Yeah, you can't just.
I feel like you have to put Karate Kid aside.
It's true.
So good.
That's
a
really
clearly the best.
That's a good thing.
I think you have to put it aside. So you have to give me another one. I'll give you mine.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with. There's two.
Sure.
One, Bloodsport.
Yes, Bloodsport. Yeah.
How can you?
That's up there.
I can't remember the real guy's name, but it's a true story.
Oh, that's right. It's a true-ish story. Yes.
True-ish story. Yeah. I'm sure they added some as they do. And also, when I was young, I absolutely loved. I don't know if you ever saw these. They were tailored more towards kid, but family shows. Three Ninjas, or Three Little Ninjas, maybe it was called.
Oh, wait, maybe I might have played those in day camps or something like that.
Okay, because there's like three young kids. I know one of them was Tum Tum, and there was like
Tum Tum.
was the young kid. Anyways, there was, I think, 2 or 3 Little Ninja movies, and they were so awesome. Those are so good. I can't remember the exact name.
Cool.
I think it was Little Ninjas or Three Little Ninjas. What's yours?
Well, I mean, Bruce Lee.
Oh, for sure.
Bring on Enter the Dragon.
Was unreal.
Yeah, I love Bruce Lee. That was awesome. I liked some of the early ninja movies with Sho Kosugi. Like, he was one, like, on all the ninja posters, it was him.
Okay.
I liked some of the early ones, but the greatest.
Besides
Karate Kid, martial arts movie in terms of like when you're allowed to hold swords and stuff like that. It's all Akira Kurosawa.
Oh yeah.
Like Ran and Seven Samurai. Probably that is my ultimate martial arts movie.
Oh yeah.
You haven't seen Seven Samurai?
Never seen it.
Oh, that's what you got. You got to just find it, rent it. It's long. It's in black and white, and it's amazing. It stands up today.
Oh yeah.
It's all about like Seven Samurai's take off on what was it, the Magnificent Seven, where like 7 strangers are protecting a village, and then there's the Seven Samurai version, and even been a Shakespeare play. But Ran is good. Ran's more like samurai warlord sort of political strategy, which is amazing. But the 7 samurai and how each of them is a total character. There's one scene where like the main guy has got to recruit the 7 samurai to go protect this village from these marauders.
Okay.
And so he's in this like town setting. It's all like wooden buildings and stuff. He's got like this bar, and he invites fighters to come in. He has a guy hiding behind the door with a stick, and when he invites a guy in to say, "I want to have a drink, talk to you about like being a hired gun," you know, they smack him in the head. And so one guy goes through, and like every guy goes through gets smacked, so like they don't get hired because they've got to have like a super awesome fighting sense. And so one guy goes in, he goes to get smacked, then he grabs the stick and starts beating up the guy.
He's
like,
the guy.
All right, you're the guy. And then as they're going, come on inside, let's talk. And they're like, the best swordsman. He was a real swordsman. Stops before the entrance and goes, what is the meaning of this hiding someone behind a door? I was like, whoa, dude.
Man.
Sixth Sense. Oh, it was like your whole body tingles.
Damn.
And that also has a really famous sword fight where this one guy challenges that same guy to a duel with just sticks.
A duel. Yeah.
To dual sticks,
stick
right?
Duel.
And he insults him. And then finally they go, okay. And so they fight with sticks. And it's so fast. He goes, okay, I won. And the guys who challenged him, like, you didn't win? Not at all. Like, it clearly won. And then the guy is upset, so he whips out a real sword. And the true swordsman goes, this is stupid. I'll just kill you. And he goes, no, you won't. I'm going to attack you. And so they stare off against each other. And they have a reaction of like the audience looking at one side, looking at the other side, looking at the other side, like a tennis match. And then boom, the real sword guy kills the other guy.
Damn.
And it's like your hair goes up on the back of your neck.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Seven Samurai.
I'll have to watch it. Were you ever a fan of Jet Li? Remember Jet Li? He wasn't around very long, but he was like popular for a couple years. He did a couple. This was more.
He's huge in Asia. He's still huge in Asia. Yeah,
is he really?
Massive.
That's probably where he disappeared to. It was, not disappeared, but that's probably where he went. But even in like North America, he was pretty big for, I don't know, 3 or 4 movies or whatever. He was pretty good too. Like his martial arts skills. What about? Oh man, I'm bringing back.
Sure.
An old thing from Karate 360 to Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Right? He was legit. He was a legit martial artist.
Yeah, he was a legit fighter back in the 60s and 70s and stuff. And he created all these clubs, and he was in the movies and did all that stuff.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, that sounds so good.
No.
No.
It's funny, but.
No. But there was some, and then he got into like being more of an action hero.
That's right.
But some of the early stuff was good. Yeah, there's the odd one where like go to Japan. For example, the James Bond one where he goes to Japan and fights ninjas in the volcano.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is there? Is there like a martial arts star right now? Like there's always kind of like Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, Jet Li. There's kind of always been these eras of like martial arts, heroes. I don't know, movie stars. Can you think of any right now?
It's hard to think of one now because I don't follow closely like the next martial arts movie's coming out, but it hasn't many blockbusters. The last one I really thought was like fresh and unique was the one from Thailand with
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That's like 10 years earlier. That's in China. It was like On Back or something like that.
Okay, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I get his name wrong, but that was a really cool. Like he's an awesome Muay Thai fighter.
Okay.
Did you ever see that one? It was all done in Bangkok. It was really, really new, fresh take, and like he's running on people's heads. And he's actually running across people's heads and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, the next big one we know will be Sunny Leeds, but
absolutely.
There you go. So here we go. Back in the club, obviously the camps ended today? Spring break camps, because for us it's spring break. Well, for the kids, not for us, but for the students it's spring break.
Yes.
What do you got there?
It's called Ong Bak. ONG.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of Ong
You
Bak.
gotta watch that. It's really, really fresh take.
I've heard it's good too, but I've just never seen it.
Yeah. It's you like it. You go, oh, this is a hardcore martial arts, and the guy's something to watch over the weekend. And I guess you are. What are you like done for a year? Are you classified as done, or do you have to go a little bit until your?
What are you talking about?
Semesters. Are you off? Are you like off the semester?
The last class I taught was yesterday, and I just have some marking to get done by next week, and then I'm done until. I mean, I'm probably going to pick up a summer class to teach, and then I also still have to write some papers and try and get published. That's basically what I'm going to be doing throughout the summer, is trying to get some of the research that we've already done on karate athletes as well as now the boxing athletes, trying to get some of that stuff published in reputable scientific journals. So that I'll still be busy doing work for my PhD, but in terms of teaching, so far I'm done, unless again I happen to get a summer class until September. So
right on.
It's kind of nice to almost be there at least. It seems like everything kind of comes up, like everything goes up and up and up, and then it kind of comes down for a little bit. So looking forward to that.
Well, summer's packed. We have got Fudahashi Sensei booked. He's coming.
Nice.
Talking to Daniel Gazinski. He's all ready to go. To come for a visit this summer.
Awesome.
So Canada Open. Like the summer's gonna be packed with stuff.
Yeah, as it usually is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the spring break camps they finished today.
Yes.
The boxing national championship started today too.
Oh, did they stream them? Did they do anything like that?
They don't stream them, I don't think, but they're they're like on it in terms of their Twitter. I've been following their Twitter, and they keep putting out who's winning because they do it. I might have talked about this already, so I apologize. But they do it. You fight one day. If you win, you go on to the next day, and then you fight again. So you could be fighting 3-4 days in a row.
Oh wow!
And I know there's been some guys from BC that have already won, and some of the guys that I worked with and tested have won and go on. So it's going good. But you're on
live streaming.
Oh, you know what? That's right. They do have it. This is the first year that they were doing. It's like a super channel, I think it's called, or something like that. So
wow, there's a lot of weight.
A lot of weight divisions, yeah. But there's also not the range, right? For us, we have like 75 to 84. This is your 46 kilograms.
Oh, it's easy to slip between.
Yeah. And some of them you'll see will only have like 3 competitors or something like that.
Wrestling does that too. They make a lot of divisions, so there's less worry about like weight cutting.
Yeah. Now I was talking to the head coach Bob P at the training camp a couple weekends ago. What did he tell me about? Oh no, he didn't say anything. He basically was talking about the weight cuts and how I was just trying to get a feel of how dramatic some of their weight cuts are, and they're really dramatic. And they don't put any emphasis on like trying to weight cut early. He says they're going to start thinking about doing like a 10% rule where you have to be within 10% X amount of time before a competition.
That's still pretty extreme.
Still pretty extreme. So I mean, depending on how far away it is from the competition, but he says he's seen some pretty crazy weight cuts as well, like as we have as well in karate, and it's a problem. I mean, we got to do something.
It's officially not a problem in karate.
It's officially not a problem?
I am going to say there's no problem in karate.
I agree to disagree. All right.
I have to say, as a high performance committee chair, there's no problem. We've jumped on this. We brought in Douglas College.
Better.
We've set the rules. So people are trying to cut weight and they're going around their coach's back or something. Like they know.
But we even saw it in nationals. We saw athletes cutting way too much weight that they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, just silly and wrong expectations. They're going to hurt themselves. It's just stuff that we're trying to. It's education, right?
Yeah, just education.
It's not punishing people. It's all about education.
Oh, I can't remember if I told you this, but so last week, this is cool. Last week, my fitness training tip on the Karate 360 podcast was the effects of alcohol and high performance athletes.
Yes.
I gave that presentation to the boxing athletes.
Yes.
Now, and maybe again, I'm repeating myself here, but I got an email from the coach that said the athletes from the boxing team, they voted without even the coaches asking them to do this.
Yes.
They voted to have a dry nationals.
Sweet.
So there's no alcohol at nationals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great.
I'm not saying this because of me, because I know
that. Was that till the end? It was like during or also at the end?
During and the end.
Very smart. Very smart.
Nationals. Nobody is drinking. And like I said, it was the athletes that themselves, put together this vote, I guess. And
that's
pretty
awesome.
much all decided unanimous. Actually, I remember now it was a unanimous vote that they're going to do a dry nationals.
That's awesome.
And one of the things that the Coach Bob was talking about was the same thing. They need to just be educated on it. That's why he wanted me to give this talk to, so that you can be educated on the actual effects of alcohol on high performance. And then we kind of nudged them a little bit to get some of the older guys to be mentors and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess they stepped up and they're dry nationals. So I think that's awesome.
Yes, I like that. People can learn from that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
See, you guys start your podcast again. We need to enjoy this stuff.
It's coming. So there we go.
Awesome. Oh, one more thing. Hey, we bought weights for the dojo.
Yes, we did. And boy, are they oily.
Because they're brand new, right from the factory, folks.
That's right. They are slippery.
And by the way, and we have wiped them down twice.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
They're just, you can see they're dripping oil onto the rack.
Like they made like a million of those, put them in a box, and like, all right, we'll sell them in the next 5 years.
Yeah, they're nice though. They're great, and I love that we have them. It's the perfect amount. The weights are good. They're like the actual integrals are good. Everything's great.
So now we're just going to add on just little pieces here and there as we move forward.
Yeah,
I'm look for. I love to see old weights, like old, like like
cast iron.
Cast iron, like that was like forged in 1950.
Or like those ones where like you have just like the handle, and then you put the weights on the side, and then you.
I like those.
Those are pretty old school too.
But I think I have a little hobby is to look for I want to get up to weights like 150 or something, but I want them to kind of I'm going to find these old ones and these old ones. Some guy's going to put on Craigslist. I got to get rid of all this crap from my garage. My wife's killing me. I've got like 100 pounders. Oh yeah, let's go get them.
I think you need to find a new hobby.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad.
I have many interests.
There you go.
Okay, let's get into it.
Do some little karate global news. Go for it. You're the one that found this, so why don't you walk us through this?
All right, so in February, March in Japan, there are a lot of 8th Dan karate tests. So our karate style, which is really big, Wadokai, had their 8th Dan test. That is 6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah. Yes.
Norma Sensei was there?
Norma Sensei was there,
yeah.
Yes. Challenging the test. I think they said 50 people went for 6th, 50 for 7th, maybe 10 for 8th.
50?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
So there was like 110 people over there.
Oh yeah, I've been in Japan for belt tests when there's 300 people going
crazy.
that day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you sit on the floor for like 5 hours, and finally, you on your belt, they give you this like cloth number, and it's a white cloth with a number on it, and there's a little sleeve on the back, and so you slip it, you untie your belt, you slip it on, and then they go, okay, number 150 to 155 up on the floor, and you go up and you do like your Kihan, Kumite, and stuff, and then you all sit down, and you call you back up like 3 hours later, and you do your kata and your sparring.
Crazy.
And so yeah, so it sounds like, and I haven't seen the sheet myself, but it sounds like very few, if none, passed 6th, 7th, and 8th. Only one person passed the 8th.
Whoa.
And if the average, when I was in Japan, they said the average amount of times you'd have to challenge the test from any level, like from 3rd degree up, was 3 to pass on your 3rd. So everybody went for their first time, didn't pass.
Okay.
Some people who went up for their 5th time didn't pass. There was a time when in some of the styles, they didn't pass people for 10 years.
Now, are they not passing them because they're not technically good enough, or are they not passing them just because it's protocol that you need to go through the hoops and you have to fail a couple times before you achieve?
I think it's a balance of several things. One is Budo, which means it's not like winning an award.
Right.
It's not like you got all your answers correct. You have to do a little rite of passage.
Okay.
So, but on the other side, there's 10 people on the grading panel, and the chair of the grading panel ripped everybody up one side and down the other,
Really?
showing up and not practicing enough, and not looking rehearsed.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah. So
then you know he's probably not technically good enough.
yes. So I think that in some ways, and all these people are older or teaching and stuff, but they still have to practice. I mean, Norma did it right. She trained and trained and trained for a long time leading up to it. She kept herself fit, and then she practiced for a month in Japan before the test.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this was her first time, and even though she didn't make it through, she's successful in getting one notch on her belt.
Yeah.
Right? Get that first one done. She's the only 7th Dan in our style who's a woman in the world, and the only foreigner who's ever challenged the 8th Dan test.
That's crazy.
So
for her.
If she gets up more often,
she'll get it.
Now, there's 10 people on the panel, right? One guy said he did it six times before he passed.
Yeah, that's
6 years in a row. If he did it 6 years consecutively.
Man, you got to be mentally tough to be able to do that.
Exactly.
Failure after failure after failure. And then finally, your 6th year, you break through.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a celebration though, once you actually finally get it.
Yeah, exactly.
6 years.
So anybody out there who thinks they're going to pass right away, and obviously it's subjective, but they're still looking at you for you. It's hard to look at yourself and then look at the person beside you. You kind of have to get out of that mindset.
Yeah. Just do your own thing.
You just got to be there for your own thing, and if you don't make it through, you just got to. What I found is you have to come across as coachable. Like they'll tell you in the seminars leading. You normally do all the seminars leading up,
right?
So they'll say, okay, you're not quite doing it right. Do this, and if you adjust and you can do it, and you've adjusted, and suddenly incorporate it into your practice, you have obviously a really good shot.
Yeah.
But if they tell you to keep changing it, and you don't change, and you don't change, and you're not grasping it, then
they look at you as not coachable.
Yeah,
and they're can look down on you. Obviously,
they say
they smack you with the wooden.
That's right. You go, so what did they wrong? And they said the simple fact you asked us the question what you did wrong means you don't understand what you're doing.
Well, Peter Stoddard would say it's a stupid question. Give us 10 push-ups.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I used that one today. Someone said, "When's the tournament?" And I looked at the poster on the board.
Is that a stupid question?
Yes.
Push-ups.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, I just noticed. This is completely off topic, but I just noticed there's some focus mitts in there from SMAI. Those always been there? No.
We ordered a focus mitt so that because people were asking if they could buy them from us.
Okay, I like them.
So we have focus mitts. I think we had a kicking shield around here somewhere. So we've actually, and we have some paddle stuff that people can punch and kick.
Okay.
And I think we've been selling like a couple a week. Yeah.
Good stuff. Going back now, bring it back to Belt Test, Black Belt Belt Test. Also, just want to give a shout out to Sandeep and Sensei Matt
That's
Bickle
right.
for getting there. Sandeep got his 5th Dan, and Matt Bickle got his 3rd Dan. From
Karate Canada.
Karate Canada. It's recognized. It's a recognized sport karate black belt, correct?
It's a style.
It's a style black
belt. There's no sport
right.
karate recognized belts yet in Karate Canada.
Yeah.
And now that they have a Karate Canada recognized, actually it's not. They did a style of karate, and now they could apply to get a WKF Dan rank by sending in a Karate Canada Dan rank copy.
Right.
But they practice hard and approached it.
Great. Well, that's good. Just another thing to touch on here for Karate Global News. We know the next K1 Premier League is in Rabat, April 6th to 8th. So that's the next Premier League tournament, which is going to be a big one here. It looks like they're saying it's going to be a big one as well. K1s we know have been growing like crazy, breaking records more than ever before.
And not just K1, the Series A is huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Series A is just huge.
I mean, they've had even more than some of the K1, like Premier League.
Oh, 1,500, the last one, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So this one's saying that 72 nations will be represented and nearly 600 athletes in Rabat will be taking part in the event. That's absolutely crazy. And I'm sure there will be some of the usual people, the usual suspects, and the ones that we like to see.
Well, there's talk of hosting a Series A somewhere in North America.
That's right, somewhere in
North America.
Colombia.
No, North America.
British Columbia.
Yukon.
Maybe East. The Easterners get everything.
Maybe South.
Who knows?
We'll know something. But let's just say this. Somewhere in North America, hopefully within the next 12 to 24 months. 24 months. There could be a Series A.
Perfect.
Because you know what happens when one city puts up their hand? A bunch of other cities are going to put up their hand.
That's right.
Not just in, let's say, Canada, but United States and Mexico may also go, oh, you guys are going to try and go for one? Now we're going to try and go for one.
Yeah.
So
that's great. The more, the merrier.
So it'll be awesome because any athlete can get in at the elite level. It's good for officials. It's good for coaches. Like we can just take people to a Series A if it's close by. And that like friction of training will be really cool.
That'll be great. So there you go. That's our Karate Global News. Let's move on to a little bit of technical, tactical. Richard, take it away.
Yeah, well, the Dan test got me thinking about like, what is it? And tactical means mental, because you got to think about your mental game here. And Budo. So if you look at the character for Budo, which we don't have up in the walls here, but it originally meant like two people marching into battle.
Okay.
Right? But yet, when you actually look at the characters, the Japanese characters, and you pull them apart, right? It means two bow staff, two people fighting, and the word stop. And Budo actually means to stop two people from fighting.
Okay, interesting.
And I remember learning this from the International Budo University with Arakawa Sensei, and then showing it to my calligraphy instructor in Japan, who was really, really famous, very avant-garde. And I said, look at this. This is what it means. And he was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that one. Because the idea, historically, you had to learn martial arts to like protect yourself.
To live.
To live, to survive, right? And the whole karate history thing, like the samurai had swords and we didn't, so kata empty te, right? But that is a Japanese term. It used to be a Chinese hand. But in contemporary world, nowadays, if you're not in a conflict place, it's really about overcoming yourself. And there's a really cool word, keiko. It means to practice really, really hard.
Keiko.
Keiko. Not just eventually means just practice, like I'm going to practice it. But keiko means like austere training.
Okay.
So if you train really hard, you're training your mind to be sharpened and be stronger and be faster. That's Budo. So like going for a belt test and failing and then getting back up next year and doing it again and getting up and being consistent, that's Budo.
Okay.
Being like crazy pissed off because you didn't pass because it's like a medal or whatever, that it's more external, or just wanting a certificate. You know, so
or a fixed mindset.
That's right. We're talking about a growth mindset.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Bring it all back.
Exactly. And I heard this lady say, "Oh, by the way, Keiko, going to an out of the way location, like it's difficult to get there. It's hard to get there, but that extra effort you made makes the effort of the practice better," which makes me think of the BC team traveling all the way to Halifax, kicking butt.
Yeah, that's true.
That's way out of the way for us, and we had our best result ever.
Yeah.
This lady, this really nice grandmother was here yesterday, and she was watching everybody practice and do karate. It's the first time she'd ever seen karate, and she just said, "I wish I had gotten into this when I was their age."
Oh yeah.
Over the years I've heard that on and off a couple times a year. You hear that?
Did you hear from my grandma?
Yeah. She goes, "How old is the oldest person in the club?" I said, 62. And she goes, "My knees are shot. I wouldn't be able to do it, but I walk a lot." And she kind of looked at me with a little sign of regret. And I said, "But don't worry. Like, karate do means the way. All forms of exercise are leading in the same direction."
That's deep.
That's deep. She looked at me like, "Oh," and then I dropped the mic and I walked. Yeah. So just made me think. I heard people like upset about all these belt tests going on. I didn't make it, and some were frustrated. Why? But the ones who are going to go through and obviously routinely go a little higher have that outlook.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Have you ever like been in a tournament or something where you're like, it just doesn't today doesn't matter. Today's it's just on. Like, I just got to get through this.
Like, in terms of succeeding, or like maybe I didn't succeed? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, you didn't succeed, or the medal didn't mean that. Like, you weren't there to win the medal that day. Or, like, a lot of times people take a Budo perspective when they didn't get the gold medal, right?
Yeah, I always wanted that medal.
Yeah. That thing, hang on the table. I'll be over there in a few minutes.
I always wanted the medal, for sure. I mean, that can relate to other avenues of my life, like performing presentations,
sure,
all my school stuff and achievements that way. But in terms of karate, I pretty much always wanted the medal.
Yeah.
I really always wanted to do good. I guess the only time where it was just the sake of doing it was when I went to nationals as a kata athlete.
Yeah.
Which was just kind of, gravy on the pudding, or whatever they say, because I was there as a kata and a kumite athlete. I didn't even expect to make it as a kata athlete.
Yes.
And so I was just happy to be doing kata in front of all these people with the best in the country. So I just went up and did my best, and I certainly wasn't expecting the medal and didn't really care what the outcome was. I would be happy if I got a flag or not. So that's probably the only time.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I was expecting it. But when it came to kumite, I always wanted that medal.
Coming home with hardware.
That's right. There you go.
All right.
My training tip of the week, and this isn't so much something that you can do in training or in the gym. It's what you can do after your training. We're talking about your post-karate training nutrition. Go ahead, say it.
Well, there's this thing called medicine. Beer, yes, of course.
In Japan, maybe after, but I'm talking proper nutrition. And how to refuel yourself, how to rehydrate yourself. What should you really be getting in yourself after a hard karate training? Well, it's important to know what you're using when you're doing karate training. Your main fuel, we know, is carbohydrates that you've either eaten before or that your body has stored as glycogen, stored in your muscles as well as in your liver. So when you do karate training, any type of training, you're predominantly using carbohydrates. So after your main nutrition, everybody always says, after you train, it should be protein. That's not the case. It should actually be mostly carbohydrates. You want to replenish those stores of carbohydrates, those glycogen stores, and you want to get some protein in you as well so that your muscles can build and you can get bigger, faster, stronger. But carbohydrates are the most important thing. You also want to get something in you that you can digest quickly, because especially if you're going, a 90-minute training session where you're going hard the whole training session, like we do in our sports karate classes, you're almost completely depleting your glycogen and your glucose stores. Like when you've used up a lot of your stores, so you got to replenish them quickly, and the best way to do that is with some kind of liquid or shake. So the best thing we always go with is a shake, is like a fruit smoothie of some sort, where you're getting some good sources of carbohydrates like berries, bananas, that kind of thing, that gets in your system quicker. Liquids you always digest quicker, so something like liquid like that, so kind of fruit juice even can do the same thing. Then you also want to get a little bit of fats in you as well to prolong your digestion, so that you're not actually just getting it all in right away, but you want to get some fat so that it slows it down a little bit. So a little bit of carbohydrates, a little bit of fats, a little bit of protein, throw it all into a smoothie, eat it all, or have like a fruit drink with a meal that you can digest as well, and you're going to be able to replenish all those stores as well. And there is physiologically, I won't dig into the science too much, but there is physiologically something that goes on after you exercise or actually you train, where your body wants to take in those nutrients. So you do want to get it kind of within half hour after your training, a half hour kind of anabolic window they call it, which is, a lot of back and forth on what that's the thing. But you do actually
cover all those magazines. Make the anabolic window.
That's right. Yeah, totally. It's not, in terms of the protein intake and all that, it's not as important as what everybody says. But there is cells that are going to be hungrier, so to speak, after you do training up a half hour to an hour. So you do want to get something in you right after you train for sure.
Makes sense. That's awesome. Yeah, I love having like tons of fruit frozen.
Frozen fruit is perfect.
And then boom, into the blender.
Yeah. And making those kind of smoothies is great. My go-to is a little bit of almond milk, just because that's my milk of choice, with a little bit of protein, like whey protein powder or Vega Sport protein powder, with like a banana, maybe some blueberries are great because they're antioxidants as well. Maybe the spinach, put it all in a blender, blend it all up, drink it.
All right, so the whey protein on the massive shelf of big buckets of whey protein, which of those is actually like useless, and which is actually, hey, there's actually some content you can take in there?
So you just want to get a reputable one. Basically, you don't want a lot of filler in it. Any of that stuff that says like mass gainer or like waxy maize is another thing that gets thrown out there. You don't want any of that stuff for the most part. Any whey protein isolate means it's quicker, you're gonna digest it quicker. That stuff is gonna be good for you. You mostly stay away from concentrate. Anything that's from concentrate you can mostly stay away from. So just a whey protein isolate.
Now, is this like, can you only take in so many grams of protein a day? Like,
yes, for sure. The RDA, the recommended daily allowance for is 0.8 grams per kilogram, but that's for just sedentary people. We like to say between 1 and 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is what you should be getting in you per day. Yeah, so that's a good guideline to go with. So if you're 70 kilograms, shoot for somewhere between 100 and 140 kilograms, and you'll be good to go. 140 grams of protein.
And if you're eating over that,
you're going to be could be doing a lot of damage to your kidneys, because your kidneys process.
I mean, people have like a big steak.
Yeah. I mean, steak doesn't actually have one steak doesn't have a lot of protein. It actually doesn't. So anything over that, you're going to be basically overworking your kidneys for the most part. So you don't really want to do that, and you won't be using it as protein so much. So.
Understandable. Great.
There you go. Awesome. My fitness training tip of the week. All right, let's talk a little bit about some upcoming events. We talked already about the K1 in Rabat, April 6th to 8th. U.S. Open is coming up here this weekend, March 30th to April 1st. We know some people that are there.
Yep.
The Vancouver Island Karate Championships, these ones are local, are Sunday, May 6th. And of course, the big granddaddy, the Canada Open, June 2nd and 3rd.
Yes.
That's it. Those are our tournaments.
I contacted like 150 clubs a day, 120 clubs a day.
Awesome.
Yep.
That'd be huge. Come be the second Canada Open champion.
Right, second.
There you go.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible.
All right. Well, that just about wraps up this episode of the Karate 360 podcast.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, it's been fun as always, and we appreciate you guys listening in. These are available Monday morning. You know that. We record them live Thursday nights on Facebook. You know that. You can find us Karate 360 podcast everywhere. Facebook.
Next week, just last weekend was the Japan High School National Championships. So I'm actually going to just translate the winning teams.
Okay.
And let people know a little bit about how that happened. Cool. They even have Team Kata at the national championships.
Awesome. Well, yeah, well, we have Team Kata too.
That's right, we do. Sorry, I just had a blank.
That's right.
There was one year that was 5 people, not 3.
That's cool. We've done that before.
Have you done that?
Local
yeah. But there was a time, it was a couple years they had 5 people. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, we'll bring it to you.
There it is. I'm Kalen Anglos.
Rich Mosdell.
Thanks for tuning guys. We'll talk to you next week. Sanrokumaru.